Hello and welcome to Direct Mail, Monday, April 30th, 2018. Steve Sipress here on the final day of April, final day of the first third of the year, 2018. I'm going to dip into my mailbox, but first I'll share the Rhino of the day for those of you that are interested. And I think I get more messages about the Rhino of the day than just about anything else. Oh, and I think his horn has been damaged, but it is this little hanging on rhino, which says what does it say here? Oh, it's the Land and Sea Collection Nature Series. Oops. Hey, Rick, thanks for the like. And so it's this little hanging on rhino, and you can see his horn, his front horn there, a little broken off, as happens with, it seems like most of my rhinos. But it would happen with this guy especially because he'd just fall down onto the floor, and if it's a hard floor, his horn would break. See what he does? He hangs on like the side of a bookshelf or side of something. And for today, he'll hang on to. Let's hang him on to right there, a little headset. There he goes. Let's see how long he hangs on to the headset. All right, let's get right to my mail. Received a bunch of stuff. Here it is. I'm going to go over it in no particular order. Let's start with the first one, which is a plain envelope with a pre-sort paid indicia stamp, and yet it says just for you, Steve Sipress, and then my address. Now, we happen to be DirecTV customers. How many people really think this is just for me? And how many think this is BS? That is not just for me. It's for anybody that is not a DirecTV customer for some reason. I just think if it was just for me, it might have an actual stamp on it. But you never know. Let's see. Could say, hey, here is your favorite show that you like to watch. And, oh, it does say I'm a customer, so that's good. At least I got that right. It says, Dear Steve, guess what? As our customer, blah, 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 you can switch your wireless to AT&T because we happen to have Sprint, and I saw something in the news that they're looking to merge with T-Mobile. We've been with Sprint for, I don't know, probably 20 years, but be happy to be with whoever they switch to or to switch to somebody else. You know, we just got our new phones a few months ago, and we checked out this whole AT&T thing. They were going to give us a discount because we had the DirecTV, and even still, it was not as good a deal as we were getting just staying with whoever we had. But okay, I stand corrected. It's not really just for me, but it is for me as a current customer, so good for them. They're telling me about all the deal I get. And they do say, hi, Steve Sipress, using variable printing there at the top. Other than that, though, this screams form letter, of course. There's nothing really personal about it, other than it has my name on it, which for a really huge company, I guess that's good enough. However, I've already checked into that, and it didn't seem to say something like, probably checked it out before, but we have a new discount. It didn't say anything about a new discount, or this is brand new. I'm sure it's something we've checked out. And if it isn't, oh well, they didn't communicate to me that it's something I should take any time at all checking out. Next, we have the AARP Bulletin. Boy, I have come on here on Direct Mail Monday a number of times back when my membership was up and I was going through the whole renewal process with them. But for the first time, I'm going to share this AARP Bulletin that arrives in the mail. Now, remember this, if you do remember, or maybe if you're a member, if you remember any of my videos, I don't even remember exactly, but I think the annual membership for this is like 15 or 20 bucks or something. And yet, for one thing, they're mailing me this every month, this, I don't know, 32-page thing. Probably. We got page number on it. 46, a 48-page thing coming at us every single month, plus other stuff we get mailed all the time. But that's because it's not about how much we're paying them for membership. It's about the fact that they're selling insurance. It's what they're selling. So over and over and over, just a marketing cost to send us stuff. And sure enough, right there on the cover, they're talking about insurance. But this caught my eye, and I figured I might as well share it because they have really good copy. Copy means the words to sell, the words you put on a page. Most business owners write all their own copy, which is basically not copy. They put their name at the top of their flyer or their ad and their logo at the top, which is the worst thing you can do if you like results and making money. And then they use kind of hackneyed, trite bullet points to list everything they do so that they're just like everybody else in their industry, even though they don't realize everybody else in their industry is doing crappy with their marketing, and so they default to doing crappy as well. But this is how you do it right. Whether you get a top-notch copywriter or you learn to be a top-notch copywriter, or at least you put yourself in front of someone as a mentor or a coach or a consultant or somebody who is a top-notch copywriter who can look over your stuff. But look at all the really smart copy they're using here. Crooks are stealing your healthcare dollars. Gotta love that. Like, does not that not get the attention of the target market? AARP, American Association of Retired Persons, I think. This is for 55 or 50 and older, I think it is. And so crooks are stealing your dollars. I mean, fill in the blank with anything else and send it out to your target market. Crooks are stealing your blank dollars. I mean, that's fantastic. Attention getting. You got the word protecting, get all kinds of money over here, and federal agents are fighting back, and you can help. It just sounds like, oh, what is this, Elliot Ness? Federal agents are fighting back. This is exciting. And there's more stuff at the top that's exciting. Ready, set, vote. Easy investing. Easy investing. They didn't say easy profitable investing. Of course, easy investing, sure, I can go on and buy something easy online and invest. Kids in need, parents sought for foster teens, so kids in need. There's some fear-based headline there. This is my favorite one at the top, hard shocker. Stents may have little value. Tell that to my father-in-law, I think has 14 stents. So I'm pretty sure they have some value to him. But okay, that would be interesting to him to see that stents may have little value. In other words, they may have a lot of value. You gotta love the headline. So it gets me to check that out, even though the conclusion might be, actually, in conclusion, there goes the rhino. In conclusion, stents have tremendous value, but they may have little value. And so it's a hard shocker. How many times do you use that in your headline, that it's a shocker about something in your industry? And what's the last one up here? Charged up. The best credit cards for you. Magic word, for you. Okay, you don't see that enough in any company's advertising marketing. You don't really see the word for you, the phrase for you, or the word you anywhere in it. You see me, we, I, crap, snooze. People just fall asleep. And I go through this whole thing, but I just wanted to share that stuff on the cover. I never have actually opened the thing. I've rarely even looked at I think I might be the first time I looked at the cover, because I probably would have shared it every month. It's probably always got some good fun stuff on it. Okay, next. This one, and I opened this in a state of, I don't know what I was thinking, because I saw this on the counter. My beautiful wife Michelle had gotten the mail, and I was like, what's that? And so I ripped it open, and then I realized, wait a minute, I got direct mail every Monday. I got to share this with peeps, so I shouldn't have ripped it open yet. But basically, I'll tell you a little story behind this one. First of all, it's got a fun name. It's called Brewery Credit Union. No, I don't think it's a rule that you have to be drunk to put your money in there, or that they're drunk or drinking beer on your money. It happens to be located right across the street from the former Milwaukee Braves Stadium, whatever that used to be called, in Milwaukee. And what happened is, long story short, my wife's uncle has a car dealership and buys cars at the auction. And so we've always bought our car through him, because he'll just go to the auction and get a car right off lease. So we got current cars, a 2011 Mercedes that we got in 2013. 2 years right off lease, low miles, like it had 8,000 miles on it, like practically absolutely mint condition, and less than half of the sticker price when it was brand new. So we love getting that kind of deal, and I always pay cash. And but this time, for some reason, I'd seen something after I had paid cash for the car that said, I saw it, I forget where, but it was like finance your car at 1.99%. And I was like, well, you know, it doesn't take a genius to understand that, like, I'm going to get my cash back for the car and give the car to the bank. And pay the bank 1.99% because I could certainly use that 35, 38, whatever we paid, 32, whatever we paid cash for the car. I can use that in my business to make a heck of a lot more money than 1.99. You gotta like not pay any attention to me at all, and certainly not be my client, and actually be pretty crappy at running a business to not make 1.99% on your investment into your business. So I was like, give me that back. And I went and financed the 35K or whatever it was. And so we just called up my wife's uncle, and he said, "Yep, go right to this thing across the street called the Brewery Credit Union." And so that's how we have a loan with the Brewery Credit Union. So now here's what happened. Here's why I opened this thing. It says important immediate attention. You can put that in everything, can't you? Because I did glimpse at this. I did open it real quickly. I don't think it was important to me at all. So he didn't say it was important to me. It's important to them. They want me to buy something. But we actually, I'll continue with this long story. I guess it's not short anymore, but we switched banks in November. And I went on. Have you ever done this? I had to go on and switch all the automatic payments with everybody. This was craziness. All the bills, all the everything, all the automatic payments in and out, this, that, change the banking information with everybody. I thought I had done it with, in fact, here's what I had done. I emailed over to this Brewery Credit Union thing. I said, send me the forms. I'm switching banking. I got to switch my automatic payment. Well, they sent me the wrong forms. I didn't find this out till 2 months later. Although I should have found out a month later, because they start sending me a notice, your payment's late. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Payment's not late. So an auto payment must have crossed the mail because of the switch over. Maybe it takes a little time. I tossed it. But then when the second one came, I was like, what the heck? Like, we're not really missing payments. And I called them up, and they, crazy. It's a tiny place, and there was a lot of bureaucracy anyway. And they were like, we don't have the form. What we do have is the form that you want to cancel your auto pay. And I'm like, really? Why would I want to cancel the auto pay after 4 years? We have like a few months to go on this thing. Why would I want to cancel the auto pay? It's always been on auto pay and not replace it with something. Doesn't make any sense. I found the email. I forwarded it to them where I said, send me the forms. I'm switching banking to switch my auto pay. Woman sent me the wrong forms. And so my payments were not being taken out. I'm like, as if I notice a few $100, like $500 or something come out every month. Like I noticed that. I know it's my fault. I should notice that, but I'm like, I don't notice that. And so it took a second notice, and then I'm like, hey, this could be serious. And now this thing comes, and I just fixed that problem like a month ago, because we switched the end of November, so technically December's payment, and then there's January's payment, and like February, we're getting this notice, you're 2 months behind something, and I fixed it in March or the end of February, something like that, and then I get this important information. I'm like, whoa, what is it? And opened it up. However, it's got nothing to do with that, of course, because now we got the right forms to end the story, and of course it's back on the auto pay, and it's all taken care of. But this is like, oh, look, a credit union member benefit. I can buy some kind of insurance. Life insurance. I can buy True Stage whole life insurance. So congratulations. I must reply, look at that, by my birthday, May 25th. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. And they're using the variable printing to have Steve Sipress, and to have Steve Sipress showing up. Look at that. They printed on the second page, but it shows up right there on the first page because a little window there. That's kind of neat. I'm sure everyone can do that. And then they've got the rates. My first month is just $1. No physical exam, no rate increases, lifetime protection, income tax-free benefits, 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Man, that's, if I wanted life insurance, that sounds like pretty good stuff. And then there's the application right there. And there's the envelope with the no postage necessary prepaid that I can mail it right back. And lo and behold, they make it easy for me to get life insurance. So are you using this kind of window? It's kind of a double window. I got the window on the outside showing through to my name, but my name is on the second page. So you're getting a triple use of my name. It's on that page. Because of the window, it's on that page. Because of the window on the envelope, it shows up as the name in the envelope. Kind of cool. And so it's a big envelope with an important immediate attention red stamp looking thing. Of course, this is printed right on there like the rest of it. But look, it made me open it. And of course, now I got to say, if it wasn't for this issue with the, hey, you requested the wrong forms, we're such a blame-driven society they can't even admit we sent you the wrong forms. As if I request, hi, please, I'm requesting the wrong forms, please, thank you. And so otherwise I wouldn't even open this thing. I must have gotten them over the years, and I'm like, I don't open anything from them, just like the ARP. They're just trying to sell me insurance. But there you go. Nice use of direct mail there. Are you using direct mail to communicate offers to your current clients, customers, members, patients? And if they are they irresistible? You saw all the features in there. First thing, month is $1. It's guaranteed something. Never have an increase. No physical exam, any of that stuff. Like, wow, like those must be good benefits for that. Making it practically irresistible to say, I'll send in $1. Give me that. Heck, if I do get hit by a bus within the first 30 days, it would have cost me $1 to get whatever amount that was to my beautiful wife, Michelle. But no matter what it was, I'm sure she's got more of that coming. Anyway, next, the J. Peterman catalog. Boy, if you're not on the list for this, you got to be. It's just a lot of fun. It's fun for so many reasons, and I've shared it before. This is owner's manual, your owner's manual for the spring of 2018, and we can just randomly open any page. Well, right there in the middle is the order form. Very smart. Do you have a catalog in your business? No, you probably just have an online thing or where you list your stuff because it's too expensive to print out a 64-page full color thing here. You know how much money J. Peterman makes on this? You know how nobody would order this stuff online? Practically nobody, because it's so 3 and 4 times and 5 times the price that you get it somewhere else online. So if they're going to look online to J. Peterman, with one click, they can find an item and almost just like it for like a fifth of the price. So you want to get this into people's hands so you can have what's called price elasticity. You can raise your prices, and then they write tremendously fun copy. So let's just flip the pages. Oh, what do we got here? We have vintage T-shirts. What am I doing? There it is. Vintage T-shirts. So we have T-shirts. They're basically T-shirts, but they'll just call them vintage T-shirts. Now, vintage means old, right? So I'm pretty sure they're new, but they look old. They're wrinkled when they come. I don't know what makes them vintage, but pretty much it's a T-shirt. And it'll say here, great copy, found in a leather trunk at Speak's campsite where he correctly located the source of the Nile. These T-shirts are 125 years old, more or less. Yes, they're brand new. But that was a great story. Oh, look, these were located at the Nile. Like millions of, however many every person in the world wants to order from them, apparently, were just found at the source of the Nile. That is a heck of a lot of 125-year-old T-shirts that are in pretty much brand new condition that just happen to be found there. It's incredible. And so then it says, so vintage, meaning old, and it's tongue-in-cheek, and the copy tells you right there. So he's not BSing. He just says right there, what is this? It looks old. Well, it's a vintage T-shirt. It's new, but it looks old. It's new, but it looks old? Well, it seems new, but looks old. Seems? You mean it really is old? Well, when you're out buying a couple of steaks and maybe some antifreeze and you decide on a pack of T-shirts at the same time, you mean it's like that? Well, it's like that, but different. Different? A lot different. Adding to the mystery, the original historic labels were accidentally removed and replaced by our own. Sorry. I mean, the whole thing is hilarious. And yet, at the end of the whole thing here, people are going to pay $29 for a short sleeve T-shirt. $29. $34 for a long sleeve. $30. Pretty sure you can get these on Amazon for what? 3 for $10? Get them in Walmart 3 for $10. Maybe they're a little better quality. 3 for $12, 3 for $15, $5 a piece. $29 a piece. And since you're getting in the catalog, you can add on the shipping cost. Like, man, they got to have great copy to do that, and they got to have a print catalog and make it a lot of fun. So that I'm going to invest an hour a time. I could watch some really dumb TV show and laugh maybe once or twice, but I could, every single page of this, I'd be cracking up. At the end, I might say, let's throw them $100 because they made me laugh for an hour. And a hat will come in the mail, and that happens to be Hemingway's cap, which once again, of course, is authentically Ernest Hemingway's really cap, I'm sure. He possibly bought his in a gas station on the road to Ketchum next to the cash register among the beef jerky wrapped in cellophane, or maybe in a tackle shop in Key West. I had to go to some trouble to have this one made for you and me. But it had to be done. The long bill, longer than I at least ever saw before, makes sense. Hemingway's cap, the visor, calfskin, soft and glareless and unaffected by repeated rain squalls. The color, same as strong scalding espresso, lemon peel on the side somewhere in the mountains in the north of Italy. blah, 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 blah. $59. $59 for a baseball hat. I mean, even with the greatest logo of whatever team there is in sports, which they're already overpriced at like $30. This thing is double that. Doesn't even have a name or a logo on it. You're just buying it out of the J. Peterman catalog. And yes, J. Peterman's a real thing. I talked about him on Success Story Saturday about a month ago. So scroll through YouTube, Facebook, my blog, wherever you're watching this or listening to it, and you'll hear me talk about J. Peterman and his catalog. Highly recommend you get on the list there. It's a lot of fun. See, I'm not tossing this in the bucket. That's going right there into the pile to be read. Oh, and I have not said hello to a lot of people here. Sean, Lincoln, Gary, Jim. How do I scroll? Oh, I can't even scroll back up. Karen is here. Karen says, Michelle gave me one, and it's amazing. I assume not the T-shirt, not the hat, maybe the catalog? I hope so, because the catalog is amazing. T-shirt and the hat, probably not so much, unless you believe the copy, and then it's unbelievable. You got to overpay. And Phil says, vintage tees refers to the dye technique. Nice try. Nice try. Maybe you weren't here when I just read the copy. Vintage refers to old, which he said in the copy about 10 times. But okay, I'll buy it. Vintage tees refers to the dye technique, says Phil. They have a distressed look that makes them look old. I also have a distressed look that makes me look old. And the copy just says it seems old, but of course, vintage meaning old, whether you use that dye technique or not. Whether Hemingway's cap also is old because it's Hemingway's a vintage cap, like blah, blah, blah. I appreciate your knowledge and expertise on the dye technique, but my knowledge and expertise of effective sales copy, vintage just means old, and it sounds much better than saying brand new T-shirt that you can get in Walmart for $3. It's a vintage, and it sounds much better than if the headline just said old T-shirt. No, vintage. Oh, that just sounds romantic and mysterious, and that's what the J. Peterman catalog's all about. Robert is here. Jerry is here. Karen's here. The catalog, yes, the catalog. That's fantastic. Well, now buy something so you get on the mailing list. I highly recommend it. Even if you just go for the cheapest thing in there, they'll probably keep you on there for at least a year, and you have all that enjoyment. Highly recommend it. Not to mention that reading it and similar things, the Robert Collier letter book and all kinds of publications. I got them all up on my shelf here. All kinds of stuff from swipe files, we call it, all kinds of examples of copywriting from days gone by. You just immerse yourself reading that over and over, just the language, the cadence, the phrasing, the strategy, the formula used as it goes through the sales letter to pull you on to what's called the slippery slope, where it just brings you can't get out of it. You got to slide down the copy down to the bottom where it says buy now. Just reading that gets you in the frame of mind to communicate properly, whether it's like this on a video or on an audio or in person or in a written sales letter or in a blog post or in a newsletter article or in a social media post or an ad or anything at all that you're doing. Highly recommend you hang out, which means you read, hang out with, which means read, top copywriters as much as you can. And that's final piece here. And Chris, and there's a bunch of other people here that I missed, and I'm not able to scroll up. But I say hello to everybody and watch on the replay. And the final piece I have, check this one out. It is the Valpak mailer. Now, ever since I heard of this, there it is. Look inside, could be $100 in this envelope. I heard about this about a month ago, and I was like, man, I always throw those out. I wonder how long they've been doing that. I heard on the news, brilliant. Valpak now has, you might have $100. I think it's a $100 gift card enclosed in selected envelopes. Now, I don't know how many. I don't know if they do it, I don't know how they do it, and I don't know if it's totally random or if it's, I don't know how they do it. But the odds of getting it are probably just like winning all these lotteries, which I call the losery because, I'm not playing that thing, but you got to play to win, and they Powerball. They're always coming out for like $500,000, $1 million, or maybe my numbers are wrong because I don't pay that much attention, obviously, but it's some hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think, no, maybe it is millions. I think it's millions, actually. What am I talking about? I think it's millions, right? I think it's like 100 million even. Yeah, it's ridiculous. 100, it's like ridiculous amounts. Still not playing it, but it's ridiculous amounts, probably equal to the odds of winning it, or close to it. And probably similar here to getting $100. But what the heck? I'm like, I got to open that up the next time I get one live on Direct Mail Monday. And what if there's $100 gift card or cash or whatever's in here? I got to check it out. Now, in previous issues, which I'm not going to do today, but I have gone through every single piece in the Valpak mailer and critiqued it. I know one of my Direct Mail Monday videos, maybe about a month ago, went on. I checked after I got off. I didn't realize. I think it went on for about 2 hours. And again, like I put in the headline here, this is not just about direct mail. I'm talking about copy, headlines, ways to get people's attention. You know, you could do that in an email subject line. You could do that in a headline of an ad on social media. You can do it in a flyer. You can do it in a postcard. You can do it any way you want, right? The last W of the WOW strategy that I'm the founder of is the way or ways that you choose to do your messaging, to get your irresistible offers in front of your chosen who. That's the WOW strategy, WOW. And I did critique every single piece in the Valpak. Not going to do it again. Just going to look for, did I get the $100 in my thing? So, first of all, if I did, it doesn't come out on top, which is smart. We call that an involvement factor. It gets me to leaf through these. And if they get even 10% more people leafing through this every month, just opening it, and or leafing through it, even better, where something might catch my eye. I know it did when I gave my critique. I was like, I'd always thrown these out since years ago when I used to consult business owners on this. Back when I was with the Yellow Pages, I would consult people on help them out with all their marketing advertising. I still do. But it's rare that I help people out anymore with their Valpak. People think it, you know, just they can't make money with it, or they just copy what doesn't work from their competitors and doesn't work for them. But anyone that wants help, I go through it. But I haven't done it in a while, and I don't see. Oh, that came close. Had $10. I saw the 10, and it caught my eye. But no, $200, but that's Chase Bank, and so I don't think I got it. Envelope is empty. I don't think I got the $100 certificate. It'd be a shame if I did, though, and it was in one of these, and I'm not going through them all, which is what is known as the breakage model that I don't recommend you use in your business. It means you're hoping people don't actually use your stuff. That's a telltale sign to me that I'm not taking you on as a client, because to me the ante to get in the game is that you have an excellent product or service. And if you're hoping people don't use it, then you don't have an excellent product or service. You have a breakage model. You want people to not use it, especially people. This happens a lot in the subscription world. People will sell useless, crappy subscriptions, and then they will not send out a notification like I send out every month. Hey, the new issue of Rhino Monthly magazine is out. Every day I send an email to my list, and I post on social media, hey, my new daily Facebook Live video is out. So a couple of minutes when I finish this, I'm about to send out an email to my whole email list saying, hey, here's today's Direct Mail Monday video is out. I'm going to remind people because I want people watching the videos. I want them consuming the information. If I had a breakage model, I would be charging people, and I would never let them know that, hey, the newsletter's out, and or there's something's going on, or, you know, your monthly something, because I would want them to forget about it, like a gym membership, and never use it, and just have it be billed month after month after month after month. The breakage model is the gym membership. They don't want you to use it. They over subscribe their gym like crazy. They'll sell, like, if their gym holds 50 people, they'll sell 1,000 memberships. And they'll tell you, oh, because not everyone comes in at the same time. Like BS. It's because they know that 90% of the people never come in after the first 1 or 2 visits, and they're not going to remind people and say, hey, your monthly, remember to use your monthly membership. Here's the calendar of this month's events, spin classes on Tuesday and Pilates on Thursday and whatever. No, they're not going to do any of that because they got the breakage model. They hope you don't notice and you keep getting billed. Okay, I've never run a breakage model. I always run a consumption model. I want people to consume my stuff. If they're not, my clients are not calling me, I call them. I know that sounds strange. Most consultants, they're like, hey, I was available. You know, they just didn't call. Shame on them. Like, yeah, you know, do you hate people that much? Like, my mom was a school teacher. I love helping people. It's what I love to do. So I don't just say, well, you know, I was there. I gave it my best. I was available just because he didn't use me. It's not my fault. Well, I guess it's not my fault. I mean, you know, I always say you're responsible to your clients, not for your clients. You don't have to make them call you. But if we're if we've talked and we've met, we put something into place, and they're not getting a hold of me in the next week, 2, 3 weeks, like, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna follow up. Like, what's going on here? Maybe they need a little push, because I like my clients to get great results. Period. By the way, that consumption model leads to more referrals, more repeat business, more better testimonials and reviews. But I don't do it for that reason. I just do it because I actually care that people implement what I'm teaching. Now, am I going to reach through Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching this and make sure you implement the things I taught? Make sure you write good headlines. Make sure you get your name and logo off the top of your ad, which is a brochure, a flyer, or anything, which is the dumbest thing you can do. Make sure you open your Val Pack, because there might be a $100 thing in there. No. Make sure that you write great copy like the J. Peterman catalog so you can quintuple your prices. Make sure that you use fancy language, like instead of saying something's old, call it vintage. Ooh, that just sounds great. And on and on and on. That's it for Direct Mail Monday. I'm looking around, but that's everything I had here today. I don't want the fun to end. Anyway, a few more people are here. Jeremy, my beautiful wife Michelle, is here. And if anybody else, I don't see any other questions, comments, concerns, issues. We had a lot of fun today. I like to have fun every day. Speaking of which, I'll be back tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. Thanks for all those likes. Thanks for everyone being here. Topical Tuesday, where I look at something that's going on, and I've already got the topic picked out, unless the whole world changes, which happens in the Trump era. Happens all the time. Like, you go to sleep, you think the world is one thing, you wake up and like the sky is falling and all hell is broken loose because of something that happened 10 years ago, or something he said, or nothing that really matters, but like everything goes crazy. But I will pick something and I'll share it tomorrow with a business lesson along with it on Topical Tuesday. And Jeff is here and Steve is here and all kinds of other people, and Rick says thank you. Well, thank you for being here, Rick, as always. And thanks for everybody being here. Watch the replay. I hope you had as much fun as me. I hope you had 1/10 as much fun as me. And I hope you learned something here and that you put it to use in your business. Start making a ton more money, have a ton more fun by working less and having less stress. Business is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be all about freedom. It's supposed to be about making money. It's not supposed to be about not knowing what to do and being frustrated and wondering what's going on. So hopefully you get the help that you need and you get on the right road that successful entrepreneurs are on, because I highly recommend the lifestyle. It's fantastic. That's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. I know when I press this down, Mark Zuckerberg has put a new thing. When I click end video, it'll ask me, do you want to end the video? And I'm going to say, yeah, I think so. So here we go. Yep, there it is. Do you want to end this live video? I do.